3 in this best of 7. It's Legacy of the Void, it's been Showmatch, and looks like we got some cheese. Appropriate for his color. So in the bottom left corner of the map, it's gonna be the red Zerg player, Acer's Bly.
In the top right, as the yellow Terran, it's Beastyqt. He changes his color to match cheese. It's not a coincidence.
It's cheese if you got it in chat, guys. So one of the big things for Legacy of the Void, if you go on Reapers, it's still 2 rags. Or, well, not still, it's weird, I guess. It's 2 rags. If you go on Marines, it's 3 rags. With only 2 SCVs coming out in that refinery, 100% gonna be Reapers. Now this could be really problematic. Not so much for Bly because he's not prepared. Like, he did go gas first, gonna go for that pull really quick. But it is one of those things where the early Reaper grenades are really hard to micro around. Reapers in general are hard to micro around. You add in a grenade that throws everything just into fucking chaos, good luck, have fun.
Yeah. It is quite obnoxious to deal with. Even if you do get a really nice build set up like a pull first with gas, it's still going to be annoying. I mean, it's definitely going to change Bly's plan. Bly was probably planning on being the really annoying one first, with an Overlord drop again. But now it's Beastyqt who's got the little edge on him. Oh, really quick roaches. Well, this'll help versus the Reapers.
Maybe you can. I'm talking out of like really shitty experience from my own gameplay, guys. But you can actually deal with small amounts of roaches pretty easily with those grenades. One of the biggest things they do is like even 6 roaches are hard to follow up because you can kite them forever. You can, when they're knocked in the air, that like 1 or 2 seconds or fraction of a second, they're basically crowd controlled. You get free shots off. There's a lot of ways that Reapers could never, ever, ever have touched roaches before that they can now.
Yeah. I think as long as Bly stays on creep and just waits for... plays defensive, basically, then the roaches are going to help out. If he tries to move out aggressively to, like, draw the Reaper's attention away or something like that, then he's going to kite them all day. And he'll probably lose all of them before they even reach the supply depot back at Beastyqt's home. It's not an ideal situation, basically, because Bly, he had a plan and now he has to, like, drastically change it. But it's not the worst. He could have gone for a hatchery first with no gas and, you know, had nothing to deal with the Reapers.
Back home, there's a wall for BC, but there's nothing in it. I thought he had sent a Reaper back home, but I guess he just brought it to the front lines, so... He'll have to rally something eventually, or he'll be repairing forever.
Oh, don't bring all your Reapers back, though.
Ooh,
I think, you know, the most important thing about Reapers is keeping up the aggression.
Right, keeping that pressure high is what they're good at, but oh, you know what? This is actually good, he's bringing them back. Because BC and us, for a moment, forgot that Bly can still get into the base.
Well, that is certainly obnoxious. I still think 1 Reaper could have dealt with it. Just, you know, he would have had to control it.
I agree, but he doesn't necessarily know how many are in this. Like, you saw 4 at the gates. What if there's like 5 more, 6 more?
That is true. Oh, this is so obnoxious. If it was nothing but Reapers, you get to see this whole thing.
So, real talk, guys. It's a good strategy, but it doesn't make it any less frustrating for every other player to deal with.
Oh. So, now the roaches don't get kited. But they still can't break this bunker, I don't think. Not only, like, 5 of them.
Well...
Oh, well, they don't have to break the bunker. It's gonna take a while to get used to this.
I know! This is just like... What's the point of walling off? Like, that's something we should really, honestly, as a balanced discussion point of view, talk about. Like, you mentioned before several times, and I agree, it's too easy to do this. I think this type of ability is cool, and we should see more of.
Okay.
That does hurt the roaches, by the way, just for people's context. It's just that it regenerates so quickly.
That roach regen.
Yeah, there's like 5 grenades on top of it too. Lings look good over here to distract at the same time. But going back to my point from before, I like this. I love that Zerg have a way to get over a wall. I think it's so cool that this is no longer just like the default auto stop, but it's also something where it's something where maybe it's a little too easy to get, a little too early.
Yeah, it's just way too cheap at least, but... you know, obviously, Beastyqt is dealing with it perfectly fine. Reapers do well enough against them. They're just not fast enough to chase. If they had speed and tunneling claws, the Reapers stand no chance. But
yeah.
Without them, it's not a big deal.
I mean, at the end of the day, though, it's that same situation BC found himself in before. 17 SCVs. He's got 1 command center. He's in a terrible spot, economically speaking.
Yeah.
But man, was that cool watching 7 grenades explode in 1 spot. Because before... The grenades would set each other off, and they'd only do 10 damage, period, instead of each one individually dealing 10 damage. So that's quite a buff to the Reaper. But this push could actually kill Bly, possibly. He's on 33 drones, and that's great, but will the roaches be able to hold? I mean, obviously he knows that there's the potential of that starport for tanks, and he's looking towards mutas, that layer tech and all, but it's There's a lot of grenades here.
There are a lot of grenades. He's going for combat shields first. Interesting. I actually can't say why. Except that it is a faster upgrade, so you're guaranteed to have it if he is planning on being aggressive for the rest of his push.
Yo, I'm gonna do this song no justice, but I don't remember the name of it. But you know there's that song that's like, get back, you don't know me like that. Like, that's what I feel every time the grenades start like launching units away from them. Just have like the black and white zoom in Thug Life thing and just play that music in the background.
Oh, okay. Like a pure 90s video?
Yeah. Oh, dude, that's even better. I wasn't even going that direction with it. But quite a bit of damage came down from the grenades. As we see, this is what we talked about earlier, where you can kite the roaches technically. It's like a very different dynamic. It's a different landscape in Legacy of the Void. But keep in mind, all these things you're watching right now that could be broken or not broken, depending on your point of view. Maybe it's the Reaper grenades, maybe it's the Overlord drops. None of these are final. This is still the Legacy of the Void beta. It's really important to remember that everything here is still subject to change.
Yep. Ooh, tank drop. Now, finally, a tool Beastyqt can use. Unlike last game, where he was really just cut off, couldn't afford a starport.
I like
this
that
is
control
actually
too, by the way.
Prep the roaches.
Like, we got Reaper bombs going off while he's still picking up and dropping that tank. Like, that was some really nice control. But, two burrowed roaches. Ooh, watch out.
Hey, those can do a lot of damage, alright?
Potentially. They could potentially do a lot of damage.
They're not. He left the tank back at home, like... Potentially.
No, he didn't.
Oh no! Oh no!
Mistakes! No, there's a full bunker. There's a turret. There's not a lot left. Yeah, the tank drops, just in general, are really strong. It's unfortunate Blah, you know, he did go for the layer, but you know, where was that spire? That's what I was really expecting. It looked like he had anticipation of this. But maybe tunnel visioning a little bit too much on the roaches, that early game necessity to have them.
Oh, burrow the queens!
He's been burrowing the queens, man. He's been pretty good so far, but... the roaches are getting obliterated in midair.
The grenade tank combo is quite deadly.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now it makes a lot of sense why he went for combat shields first. That attack was really a very good one. I think it was reactionary too. Like, was he planning on being like... He didn't plan on doing this build exactly, probably. But just the way the game has gone on, this is a nice reaction to get those combat shields, do a lot of damage, kill a bunch of queens.
Yeah, I like the combat shields too. You know, it's that idea that the Marines are that meat wall, I guess, or meat shield for the tanks. So just that little bit of extra time.
Combat shields, more like meat shields.
Thinking of like if they ever finally introduce skins to the game, you could like literally have like a meat shield or something. It's like a rib cage. Barbarian Marines would be so cool. Alright, well the burrowed roaches are not helping out too much here. It's worth noting tunneling claws will help them quite a bit actually. Roaches with speed and tunneling claws are a way Bly was actually dealing with tank drops a long time ago. So I'm not surprised to see him go down this path, but yo, for Beasty, as powerful as this looks, and how, oh my god, how does he deal with his tanks as he looks? Nice snipe on that medevac. You know, it's the fact that Bly still sits on 42 drones, a third base. Beasty is on one base. He is all in, guys. Like, if this hasn't been obvious and apparent at this point, it is 100% a dedicated all in. He's not trying to expand. He's not trying to move forward with the game. He's trying to kill Bly here and now. And Bly so far has been barely holding on, and that's all he needs to do.
Yeah, Bly's really just looking to win this. I mean, the supplies are so different a lot because, you know, roaches do that, but just also because he's seriously winning. Unless Beastyqt's attack here right now, where he pulled a couple SCVs to win the game, he is going to lose. He's mining out of his base. He'd have to, like, transfer over to his natural to continue mining.
Oh, man, bro, roaches moving so fast, they're still, like, it's anxiety.
Oh, God. Look how speedy they are. Ah, there they go. They pop up on the Marines, and that's probably going to be it. The Queen's getting in the tank's dead zone. Really nice move there. Yeah.
Plus, focusing on the medevacs, too. It wasn't like A-moving with those. He had a plan. So, good game, guys. Map number 2 going to go to Acer Bly. Yeah. Or should I say Jame number 2?
That was game number 3.
Or game is Jame 3. I see chat. I tapped out. I was like, what's going on here? All right, guys, we're gonna hop to our ad break. Second one of the day. Stick with us. And so, yeah, I'm